Hi Capricorn, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have what are their true intentions in love. And Capricorn, we have your tarot spread here, your oracle. The tarot spread has yet to be completed here, right? We do have your cards here. Today we're using the angel deck because we're angels over here, Capricorn. We're so sweet and right. You could be saying, well, that's up for debate, right? Hope you guys are all well. And so, you know, we have the tarot, the oracle spread is always a reading, right? It is. I beg your pardon. We start with the door to value. Yes, this sounds like you're going to these stores back in the 60s or the 70s. They used to have this store called White Front. Yeah, I remember that car, that White Front. I'm like, what? And so it kind of was like a Target, right? And then they had Gemco and all these kind of stores. Excuse me, Giant Value, Value Giant. I feel like they switched those names a couple times, back and forth. Yeah. So let's get into it because you have the door to value. Here it is. It's open, and all this fiat currency is coming out, right? We want gold to come out for you because they're debasing the money. Yes, they are totally, and that's not. It's not by mistake, no. But this door to value is followed up here, Capricorn, with all tied up, right? We see the little girl, and she looks like she's, she's actually tied up by this bush, right? She looks like she's trying to escape at night, right? She looks like she's, kind of, maybe she's supposed to be Cinderella, right? And the mean stepsisters are back at the castle, right? But here she is at night outside. Somebody wants to really leave, right? Why would you be outside at night, right? Tied up by the bush. Somebody wants to leave a situation here, and we have yin and yang, right? And let's see what they say about yin and yang. We know what it is. It talks about the masculine energy. The yin is the feminine, divine feminine, and yang is the divine masculine energy. But let's see what their take on this is, right? Everybody has their own take. I feel like they do. Passive, okay. So this card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience, right? In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle. Okay, it's in the upright. So, somebody wants to receive here, right? They do. Yeah. And where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface, right? Because it's kind of a receiving. Now, when it's above the surface, it's there for the taking or the masculine energy going after it. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. Gestation, of course, is like starting the whole process of kind of birthing something. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Your cycles, yin cycles, often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. Okay, so you're kind of being. I don't know if you're the one who's tied up here. Maybe somebody needs to open this door to value. Yeah, they do, right? But I feel like you're either being offered something or you want something to be offered to you. Now, this receptivity kind of, this receiving kind of energy, you want this journey with somebody because in your challenge is the Eight of Wands, right? And they're showing all these, they look like what they call pollywogs, right? We used to go get those in the creek when we were kids. And so, here's journeys. This is the Eight of Wands. This is change. It's an inspirational journey, fast movement. This is in your challenge. You feel like you're stuck, kind of. Or you want this journey with somebody. So we have courtship, the mice, the rider, and the message. So the rider and the message are both about receiving a message or sending one. You look like you are in the yin energy here, but you might, you might want somebody to contact you here, Capricorn. Maybe you want them to come over scantily dressed, because I feel like when I use this deck, you always get this card. This is the rider, and the beautiful woman is here, and, she's on this kind of fairy Merry-go-round horse. Yeah, I like the merry-go-round. You could be laughing, right? I hated it when I was a kid, but I like it now. But here she is, on the merry-go-round kind of, right? The pole is here and she's on the horse and she's over the rainbow and she's delivering a message. You can see the trees in the background, like this is Virginia or something, right? And here she is with her postal bag and her love letter. In this reading, it's a love letter because we have the courtship or a message of love. Now, this mice here, something's eating up at you or your person, right? And this is what you will know this. This is eating up at somebody because they feel all tied up. And the door to value is the door to your heart, Capricorn, or the door to your house, or the door to this journey, or it's connected to you. Definitely it is, right? You might feel all tied up because somebody's not walking through the door of value. And in this reading is somebody knowing here, like it's not just you, the other person, or it's both of you. You guys both know that there's something valuable to be had here. Yeah, especially when we have that as the first card, right? And interesting here, the door to value that is opening here, all these flowers are here as well. Yeah, it's not just money like rolling in. So, this is about abundance. The butterfly is outside the door trying to come in. It looks like there's new shoes here. Okay, I'll take some new shoes, right? Yeah, no, not really. I'm too picky. And they make cheap plastic shoes for women. That's usually what they make. That's not even funny. That's the damn truth. Because if you go to Nordstrom, they got all the men's shoes are leather. Yeah, and that's how, it's just not fair. But it is what it is, right? So, we also have, Capricorn, this courtship card comes before the mice. This is eating up at you, eating you up, this relationship, or eating up this person. You either want to receive this message or you want to send it. Somebody here feels stuck about sending some message. That's how it looks here. And they could feel all tied up. They really want this union. And I feel like, or this relationship, I feel like it's both in this reading. Right? We also have, these are the last two cards, and we have the affliction card. Here's the man, he has a broken leg, and he's walking, somewhere in Saudi Arabia here, in the desert, right? There's nobody around. Yeah. And so, he's carrying a bag, and he's walking really slow. His journey here has been stunted or blocked or something like that, right? The affliction card. Or he feels impaired, like slowed down. This reading here, like, it's just about somebody wants to come to you and it's eating up at them because they're not doing it. This is how this reading appears. Or it's eating up at you that they're not. And interesting here, you are the door to value. And that sounds so, like, unromantic, right? But value for somebody's life, right? Right now we need a door to value. If you guys haven't realized the prices, yeah. We're not going to talk about it here because it's it's very clear here what's going on, but, we're not going to discuss it here, right? So we have, Capricorn, after the affliction card, we have the warrior, and he's running here. He's kind of startled, or like excited, I should say. And, this talks about somebody who wants to fight for love, typically. Somebody feels slowed down here or real afflicted here, but what they want is, I believe, to contact you. Both of these cards here, Capricorn, is the writer and the message. They're both about messages and contacting you. It's eating up at them. They want to contact you about this relationship because we start this little tiny spread here with courtship. Yeah, and I feel like you both kind of feel stuck about this. Okay, and then we have the impasse card, right? And this just means that rerouting. Here he is, and he looks like, this terrorist guy, but, it's fine. Because, we know that they're trying to paint a picture here, right? So he's got his, yeah, he does. Or either that or he's protecting. Maybe he's just trying to protect, right? He could be. But the point is, they're just trying to point something out here, right? They are. So the impasse card, he's got his hands held out, and you know, he has his hands held out, and he's standing on the path, right? Maybe he wants to protect, but this is a rerouting, definitely. Okay? He doesn't have to be a terrorist, so don't, you know, you guys who are like believing, you know, half of the dogma that has been going around, and their doctrine, right, is, you know, what the narrative that they're spreading around. Yeah, we're not talking about that here. No, we're not. So don't, yeah. I always have to do a disclaimer because there's people who go, what? Oh my God, right? Okay. The isolation card, Capricorn, most of you don't do that, right? And we have the suit here, right? Looks like a tux. I guess it's a tux, but you know, it's somebody feels very isolated here, and they're showing the closet, right? Let's have a look at that card, the isolation card, right? Whoever wants to come forward, Capricorn, feels isolated, and they feel like they're being like derailed off of their own, like they feel like they're being derailed, like they want to get the hell out of wherever they're at, and it's eating up at them. And I feel like they love you. Yeah, I feel like they do, right? And so let's look at the isolation card. Let's see what it says here. We see, you know, the closet. Somebody looks like they're staying home, and that's why the suit is hung up. Like, well, I don't need to get dressed to go anywhere because I'm isolating myself. I've got all I could ever need right here. Let's see what else it says here. The legend, sapphire is blue. Okay, they're going to get a little silly here, but occasionally he gets invited somewhere. This is a person, right? But invariably, he turns the invitation down. After all, what would he wear? He bought a tux once, just in case, but won't wear it because he might spill something on it. Besides, going out would alter his routine. Yeah, somebody's stuck in a routine here. They're being derailed or rerouted out of their boring routine, Capricorn. That's why we have the impasse and the isolation card following it up here. So, you know, this person here, as I was saying, somebody feels stuck and they want to contact you here, but they're being derailed, right? Okay, this man, he's actually trying to help derail your person, Capricorn. So I judged him wrong, right? Let's see what else it says here. And he tried to meet people, but hasn't met anybody of his caliber. Yeah, no, they didn't meet anybody like you, Capricorn. No, they didn't. They know that you're like a one and only. Yeah, you're my one and only. What did that guy say there was a guy at the high school reunion. He was really popular in high school. He passed away now, like they said, from drinking, right? But he goes, you're my number one. He went around the high school reunion and said that to so many women, right? So on the way back, you know, he was in Cub Scouts with my cousin, and we were all in the 4th grade together, and, you know, and so his wife didn't go for some reason, but on the way back, he was sitting in the front, and I was sitting in the back, and I was just kind of cracking up because he was drunk, and he doesn't remember telling everybody, you're my number one. He was telling all the women that, and I'm like, okay. And it was just funny, but poor guy died, right? So let's see what else it says here. I don't know how that kind of got into the reading, right? And then it says, okay, but he hasn't met anybody of his caliber. Yeah, okay, there we go. So Capricorn, your person hasn't met anybody as good as you. No, they haven't. Inspiration, don't wait for the right time to live your life. You are on the verge of something big, but if you don't participate, it could pass you by. That's what somebody knows here. They know. They go, I got to go get Capricorn, right? And open the door to value. All right, let me open the door. And I want Capricorn to come through this door and all this money, right? Yeah, for sure. So let's continue here with this reading, right? Yeah. And in the extended, we're going to do a spread with these cards. Yeah, we are on your person. That's it. That's how I do it. So we have Temperance, Capricorn, in this, from this particular deck. This is your card, and yeah, it could be maybe a Sagittarian, but you know, this talks about this can talk about like grounding and like kind of spiritual grounding. It can, but it can talk about communication in this deck, and we see the communication here twice. The Page of Swords is showing up. This can talk about deception. They're showing the native here, right? And she has a knife here, right? Maybe she feels like she has to deceive, or maybe she's going after the cowboy. That's fine, right? Whatever she feels, right? I can't, yeah. And nowadays they'll say that you shouldn't have this card here. You can't do anything. I don't think little kids can play cowboys and natives or cowboys and Indians. I don't think they can. No, to me, it's ridiculoso. Yeah, for sure it is. It's just a distraction, right? So this gossip card, though, that's the name of the card, the Page of Swords. And we see, the pretty native lady here, and she's got her wings, but she has an evil look on her face. She does, right? She's waiting to attack somebody. That's what she's waiting to do, or protect herself, right? We see this card here. There's a little bit of, he looks like he's kind of trying to protect himself, but he's being derailed. This card talks about deception. This is what's on your mind here, right? And this talks about, let's have a look at that card. That's kind of a trip card. It is the Page of Swords. Let's see what they have to say there. And the interesting thing about these cards is that they could always be, this can be about somebody who wants to kind of, like deception or some type of kind of a mean vibe, but it can be about protecting yourself, right? It can. That's what we have to understand in these cards. And so this is gossip, legal matters, agreements, duplicity, right? Which is really deception. So as a person, right? The Page is a serious young individual who may have a hidden agenda. That's why she's covering her face. She has a hidden agenda. Although on the surface, the Page appears harmless. Well, not really, because she's holding a knife there, okay? But that's fine, all right? I'm all for, self-protection. For sure I am, right? He or she may criticize you. So keep your own counsel and pay extra attention to how you communicate, verbally and in writing. If relevant to a situation, this card indicates documents which may be work-related or, visa applications, interesting, or paperwork relating to house moves and other legal matters. You may be seeking professional advice just now. Maybe you're wondering if your person is because this could be what's on your mind. If they are like in legal matters, or if they are seeking legal counsel or something like that, right? Maybe they're a lawyer. But this card, this gossip card, I feel like you are wondering if your person has a hidden agenda, and if they want to talk to you or communicate to you or bring you an offer. Yeah, it could be here. Do you have the Ace of Wands? This is inspiration. This is what's on your mind. You want a new beginning. You're wondering if this person's going to contact you. I feel like you are wondering if this person is hiding a new beginning about you. And in the challenge is journeys. This is the Eight of Wands. This is change, movement, and journeys. You want this with this person, clearly. You have the Knight of Cups with it. This is also what you want. But this could be in your challenge. But this Knight of Cups is spirituality, right? So we see the good-looking guy here. He's an angel. Yeah, he is. He's got long hair. That's fine. Here he is. He has his cup, right? And he's putting these rose petals into the cup. It's like he's doing some type of kind of healing, right? Healing, like a healing process, or, like a ritual, something like that. But this Knight of Cups, you want this person to wake up to their spirituality. You want them to understand, I believe that you're a soulmate. Or to understand that they're missing out, something like that. Yeah, maybe you think that this person is like this, Capricorn, right? The man with the broken leg. Because this, you have journeys in your challenge, and he's on a journey, but his journey is stunted here, right? He has a broken leg, and he's alone. He has his head down. He goes, where's Capricorn when I need Capricorn? All right? I'm going to get me a lift car to go, I can't walk here, right? I need a ride. I need help, Capricorn, right? And then we have the Five of Swords is in your fear or your doubt. This card talks about loss, and that's what you're fearing. You're like, wow, they're probably never going to show up here because they have a broken leg. This could be a self-imposed, not a literal one, Capricorn. If anybody's listening out there, these are not always, exact, kind of actual, right? They're kind of, I can't think of the word right now, but that's fine. But, You could know this person is like stunted in their growth. Yeah, you're like, can you please grow up spiritually, right? Go fix your leg, whatever you need to do. Maybe this is just, maybe this is, their car's broken down because he's on a journey here, but, it's going to take forever. It's going to take 5 years for him to get where he's going here, right? Yeah, there's no water. He doesn't even have water here. He has a purse here, a bag, right? It's with all these love letters in it, right? Because it's after the message card. Oh my God. Okay. So here, the lost card, Capricorn. Let's look at the Five of Swords. Let's see what they have to say about the Five of Swords, right? And this is what it always is. Loss, conflict, defeat. Yeah, and it's interesting how in this deck, sometimes it is a victory and a defeat, but in this card, in this particular card, it's just loss. Yeah. And so could be harshness. You could be like fearing this is going to be harsh on me if this person never comes forward. You could possibly. I feel like this person is being derailed right over here. I really want to see this reading in the extended with these particular cards. I feel like they're being rerouted. Yeah, and I've been saying that, right? Yeah. Your person could be deceiving themselves or somebody else, like they have a hidden agenda. I feel like they are, and they're still here with their broken leg, possibly, right? Like impaired, right? Like when you have, like if you drink, you have impaired energy, and you're not supposed to drive the car. This person drank, some type of Kool-Aid here, that they're with somebody and they drank the Kool-Aid, right? We all know what that is, right? I feel like we do, if we are awakened about the situation. But your person drank somebody else's Kool-Aid. Or they have kind of drank the Kool-Aid that, stunts their thought process, right? Yeah, definitely, right? So let's look at, let's see what it says here about the Five of Swords. And the 5 reveals a lost battle. Yeah, you're fearing that this is never going to go well for you. You've tried to negotiate. Capricorn, were you trying to negotiate? Don't beg anybody, all right? We don't want any beggars over here, Capricorn, all right? Although the United States is trying to make beggars, yeah, they are. So let's see here. But this, you've tried to negotiate. You could have tried to no begging, of course. You could have tried to tell this person, look, maybe you did. You're going to be way better off with me. I know you love me. I mean, you could have had this conversation. I mean, if I knew somebody loved me and I wanted them to get out of their stuck situation, I wouldn't have a problem telling them that. No, you could probably tell right here on this podcast, right? You've bravely faced the challenge, but the other party had a vested interest in seeing you defeated. Wow. Now, when we say this vested interest, right? It could be that your person has another situation going on. They don't really want to see you defeated, but some other interest will defeat, or will cause that defeat, right? Yeah, some other vested interest, like they're invested in something else. You may be left feeling drained, humiliated, and even betrayed. This difficult 5 often comes up in readings to show domestic arguments. Your person might be having a domestic argument in their life. They could, like their whole relationship could be, arguments or something like that. And if it's not a real argument, in their heart, they're arguing what am I doing here? Yeah, I feel like that's true here in this reading, right? And let's see what else we have. Bullying and work tribunals. Wow. You might be fearing that your person's getting bullied or punked by somebody, Capricorn. You could. And remember, I was talking about this impasse, right? I said, he could be a protector or a terrorist. That's what I said. And so, this impasse card, you might feel, because sometimes these images have their own meaning. Like this card here, right? Definitely the guy with the broken leg. They're trying to paint a picture here. Yes, they are. And so, and some of these cards go by both. They go by the image and they go by the meaning, right? In your reading, in your interpretation. You could be feeling like somebody's being punked by somebody or bullied, right? I'd never stay with anybody who's trying to bully me. right? Of course not, right? Why would you and why should you, right? Legal disputes. Maybe you feel like this person is in a legal dispute because this other card spoke about legal. One of these cards here spoke about uh, legal disputes. I feel like it's this Page of Swords, but let's continue here. And friendship spats caused by envy, insecurity, and insecurity. You could be afraid here that your person is kind of like dealing with envy, possibly like somebody else envies them, right? Maybe you envy their person for some, but what you know in this reading, Capricorn, is that this would be much better. Your person would be much better off with you. This is how this appears to me, and I don't have their cards here yet. No, I don't. Insecurity. You fear that your person's insecure and that they're never going to walk through the door of value, right? Yeah, they're going to stay. They're going to stay in the house of no value. Yeah, no vale. That's what you think here. However, it's what you do next that matters. This is in your fear. You're afraid here that this person's not going to do anything. Like you're just going to stay here, like the guy with the broken leg. This guy's never going to get anywhere, right? No, he's not. Especially with the path that they have drawn for him. Right? How's he going to get anywhere? He's either going to die of thirst out in the desert, or you know, his crutch will break, and he'll, you know, his crutch will break. Oh my God. Okay. And then it says, learn what you can, take a stance, and move on to where you're appreciated. You're fearing your person's never going to move on to where they are appreciated. Yeah, which is with you. Yeah, your person is like I feel like they're letting somebody kind of bully them. I just want to protect them, Capricorn. I do. I can't protect everybody. They have to wake up for themselves. Yeah, both in their own love life and spiritually, or they have to wake up to what's going on. It's easy, you know, they do. It's easy to not wake up because if you're watching the mainstream, how could you ever wake up? Because you're being tricked. You are. So let's look at your cards, Capricorn, because you're not being tricked. No. You're like, oh, my poor person, I have to defend them, right? It's funny. It's kind of a cute reading, but, So let's see what we have for Capricorn. And no need to make any comments about what I have said here about non-tarot related stuff. No, please don't. So let's see what we have here for Capricorn's person, right? The bottom of the deck is a Ten of Swords reverse. You want to rebuild with them. You do. And they want to rebuild with you, but they need to get rid of their broken leg attitude, Capricorn. This kind of victim. I feel like your person has a little bit of a, for some, they have like a victim mentality. God, what a turnoff for me, right? I'm like, oh, hell no. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. Let's see what we have for you guys, right? And we got to call this a reading because it's getting long. It is. See what we have. Once again, we have the Three of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Wands here. We have the Ace of Wands here. What's on your mind? And the Two of Wands. You want this person to choose you and leave their crossroads that they've been in. And this card with the broken leg in the desert, this indicates a crossroad. Yeah, but an impaired one. All right? We don't want anybody to be impaired here. We'll do the impairing. Just kidding, you guys. And in the challenge for your person's the Seven of Swords. They have to run away from this kind of, what do you call it? This kind of oppression. Yeah, or bullying. And if they're not being bullied, they're very insecure and they're in some type of a, it looks like that. They're tied up with some type of situation that's no good. I feel like this person's going to contact you up here because we have two cards of contact. The Rider, the beautiful Rider here. Maybe this is you, Capricorn. You want to dress, you want to, be scantily dressed here and deliver something to their door. You're like, well, if I show up like kind of in lingerie, they're going to be like, woo, all right, I'll take you back right now, all right? The Fool. This is what they want. They want this adventure. They're fearing here that if I believe they don't close this cycle out with the World card, they're not going to be with you. So here, what's on their mind? The High Priestess, the Hierophant. Look, they have 4 majors here and only 6 cards. I mean, wow. Right? Wowee. And so we know here that this person is going through something. I feel like this person is going through a spiritual awakening. And that's why the man has a broken leg, because it's really slow, Capricorn. Yeah. Once they broke their leg, they had to go to the doctors, and then after that, they had to keep going back to, get it reset because of their own because of their own vibe, right? They're stunting their own growth spiritually. I feel like they are, but I feel like they're waking up here. So here they have the high priestess. They've been waking up, just very slow, and that's what that card talks about. The high priestess, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Swords reverse. This is what's on their mind. This for me is like this person has already been worried or in some type of worried state, but this is suspicions. It could be, and so next to the Hierophant, your person might be in some marriage here that is not the door to value. No, it's the door to, maybe it's the door to hell. I'm not sure here, but it's the door to broken legs and lost dreams and totally like oppression. It could be, all right? And so the high priestess is on their mind. Your person here, this is about this hidden agenda with you, I believe, because here's the man escaping. Yeah. And they believe in this. They totally believe in this. That's why they want to walk through the door to value, Capricorn. But you have to wait until their broken leg is fixed here. You do, all right? So, yeah, we're going to end this reading, Capricorn. We are, and we're going to continue in the other reading, and we're going to do this spread, and also we're going to, where are those cards at, though? Also, we're going to have the tarot spread on them, how they feel about you and their whole journey about you, right? And also what's hidden, and of course, here are these cards. So let's put them down, and we will talk about them. These are very deep cards here, and we start with the impasse, and that is where your person is being derailed, and they're in isolation over here about you with the suit in the closet. Yeah, they don't need to go anywhere or get dressed, Capricorn, because they're too busy thinking about you. They're isolated, but that card talks about, I know that I know that there's going to be nobody else like Capricorn, this isolation card. Like I've never met anybody with that caliber. Maybe they're talking about your character, or they could just be talking about, everything. Like kind of what you bring to the table, which is joy, and there's some type of freedom. You're going to set this person free if they will wake the hell up. So let's see what else we have for them. They have wisdom in the root. See, they're waking up, and we see the divine man here, the divine, can't think of the word, but you guys know what I mean, right? He's the enlightened one over here. In the past, they had faith. It's in the reverse. So they didn't want it. They weren't following this belief in the past, but they are now. Wow. Let's see what else we have. I want to see this. And what's on their mind could be, this is the workaholic. This is what's on their mind. This is also in the reverse here, but like I don't really read these, but they're supposed to be, right? When they come out like that, what's on your person's mind here is that, in my opinion, we're gonna like put them this way, right, to show we'll put it like this. But my point about it is that what's on your person has been just a workaholic, and this has kind of like affected them in a negative way. Yeah, this person hides out and they just work a lot and they don't pay attention to whoever they're at. The facade is in the reverse here. This person is going to lift this fake being, this fake situation that they're in, and in their concern is grief. It's also reversed, but we're going to talk about that, right? All these, I think these cards, a lot of them in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like they are. But here, Capricorn, with this card here, they could have been in a lot of grief, right? I feel like this person knows somebody's going to be in grief if they get off this broken leg journey here. And the quest is in their environment. They have the abundance card reversed. They're hoping they're not going to lose money because this woman's taking the man's money in the chart, in the card, the dissipating card. We're going to talk about these, and I said the oracle spread. I mean the tarot spread. So we're going to end the reading, Capricorn. And yeah, they're all super affordable. I have the link to the extended below the reading. Thank you so much, you guys. God bless you guys. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe.